here I am, live streaming without telling anybody that I was going to live stream. Why am I doing that? Well, because I'm mad. But I just thought, I'm on a filming day today, so a filming day for me usually consists of a shorter one-song reaction in the morning and then a longer either song war or random foreplay album thingy in the afternoon. So in between, I listen to other music. So I thought, well, I'm going to play my kind of weekly playlist, which is what is it? It's a distillation of stuff I've heard in the past week that I liked and wanted to hear again. Um, I've got a couple of featured albums. You see right up top, Ryan McMullan's Redesign is one. We're going to have 3 songs from that. There's going to be 5 songs from this one, True Love Waits from the Coronas. So it's it's an Irish themed stream, although that accounts for a third of the songs. The rest is going to be all over the place. So yeah, uh, I'm going to be talking to you like you're there, even though you're not, because you might be watching this on replay and enjoying some songs with me. Uh, who knows? People might turn up in the chat, see that it's happening. It seems pretty unlikely, but this is, part of my experimental period on the channel. So I will just quickly have a look and see what we're listening to. Now, normally with this playlist, I would actually play it in order through my lovely trusty iPod, but you wouldn't be able to hear it. So I'm going to play it through iTunes. And it used to be really easy to switch between shuffle and playing things in order on iTunes, but as it stands, I can't see how to do it. So we're going to listen in a random order to these 24 songs. The only thing I can do is select the one we hear first, and you see it there. It's Monarch from Ryan McMullan. It's my least favourite of the 3 songs we'll hear from him, so I'm getting that out of the way early. Still a good song, but right, let's just go and see what happens. So this is the most recent album that you'll hear from today. Came out September last year, maybe. I've been aware of Ryan for a long time because he opened for another Irishman, Floyd Vance, quite some years ago. But he is playing London in April, and unfortunately I will miss it because I'll be in Spain. That's bad timing.
And when I got a chance, you took on the finances to pay for my dreams. I never did doubt.
Deeply personal tune from Mr. McMullan to start us off with here.
And I've never known strain, 'cause without hesitation you would take the way. Oh, nothing but joy on the face of your boy would you tolerate. The monarch of the family, and sharp as a tack, I always introduce you.
So really what doing this does for me is, other than the fact that I'm talking right through it, is it just makes me sit and listen and do nothing else. So hopefully it'll be nice from that point of view. I have a few of the albums that we'll be hearing from as we go along today, but I only had this album digitally, which is not like me, and I'm not sure why that was. It may have been a delay of the physical product on this one, perhaps. And I was impatient after waiting for an album from him for so many years. He's had EPs before, but I don't really do EPs.
Who can't help getting cross with me every once in a while, but it's short-lived by the one and only.
If anyone does pop in, which I'll be surprised by, but if they do, say hello very loudly because I might not spot it in the chat too quickly, because I'm probably not going to be paying too much attention to the chat. It is set on one side of my screen, so I can sort of see it, just in case.
You don't mean any harm. It's just part of the charm of new.
Do apparently have somebody in. If it's you, say hello if you want. If it's that's something you fancy doing.
The one and only.
Hope that muted perfectly. Oh, good. Looks good. Yeah, so I'm in the unusual position where I know what the songs are, more or less, that we're hearing today, but because of the randomness thing, I don't know in what order we're hearing them. So we're moving to our first of two tracks from Barclay James Harvest 12 from Barclay James Harvest. This is what, 1978, I think? This is a tale of two 60s, so the lyrics reference all kind of music from that time. Some obvious stuff and then some slightly more obscure things. This is a John Lees tune, by the way. I think the other one from this album is... Yeah, we'll have a Les Holroyd song from this album a little later. Now they can pronounce David Bowie, which is a theme I'm going to return to on the channel. The end of this month, I think. On to the titles of Pun on A Tale of Two Cities from Dickens. So BJH like to be clever like that. And they always made musical and lyrical references to other bands, probably most famously with Titles, which is pretty much a song strung together from Beatles titles and other lyrics. It's awful. It's good. So we've heard already mentions to, well, here we go, David Bowie was Hunky Dory, Aladdin, Quite Insane. Given the sound of Arthur Lee with Forever Changes, Love, of course. Holly says, Baby Please Be Mine all the time. I'm not sure that Buddy Holly was alive in the 60s, guys. Time. Yeah, because nobody's here. That's my working assumption. I might sing a bit today. You might have to mute it if you watch it on playback. I'll especially sing Everything, Everything. And maybe some Coronas, even though I don't really know them, but I just love singing Coronas. They're one of those bands that I've only just got into them in a big way. Alright. Yeah, BJH then, and again we'll hear one more song from that album at some point, but right now we are moving to our next Ryan McMullan tune. So this is our second of three from him. This is Never Mattered. And is this the album closer, I want to say? It is indeed.
I see you, I know you tend to keep it inside.
So if anyone is wondering what's going on, why am I streaming when you didn't know I was going to stream? Just for the sheer hell of it, basically. This does not replace my regularly scheduled stream even, which will be happening tomorrow night, 9 PM GMT, and will be viewer driven, so that's why I'd like to have viewers for that one. Be requests of anything and everything, and I'll have another different playlist that I'll be selecting stuff from, basically to cover the Spotify ads in between those songs.
In the morning, I'm leaving, knowing this is goodbye, and it shakes me, 'cause if you ask me to, I know I would run to you every time. So close your eyes, don't be afraid, as we stand here in the shadows in the pouring rain. You and I, we're not the same, but it never mattered.
Love his voice. And this song has a great build to it. It's howdy there, Alan. Nice to see you. Well, you're helping me to test my my theory that there might always be somebody out there at any random time, which is why I've just literally gone live without telling anybody I was going to. See what happens. But hope you're doing well. I'm not doing a requesting songs thing today. I'm just literally playing this playlist and seeing how how it goes. As I say, I'll be doing the regular viewer request thing tomorrow evening, which is your Sunday morning, I guess. But I promise good music for the next hour and a half or so, just the same. How is the weather, Alan? I hope it is settling down or settled down. Oh, you're waiting for the cyclone. Okay, great. I hope it misses. All right. So this is, as I say, my featured album for today's playlist. True Love Waits from the Gorillas. This is their 2020 album. And you're going to hear 5 songs from it today. This is the first. And Alan's popped in to try and stop me from singing, which is probably going to work. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm hoping, Alan, that you don't find the water in your cyclone. I wonder if we can make cyclone-related puns on all the song titles today. Probably not.
The last thing I'll do, and my break shorter as I'm focusing in on you.
So this is a trio from Ireland, Dublin, although they're sometimes based in London as well, I think. And I had never heard of them until last year. I'm loving them more and more the more I listen to them, which is a lot. Doesn't have any pictures of the lads, I'm afraid, so you can't see it anyway. Yeah. I got all the lyrics in. Which you also can't see. It's always interesting what gets picked up on these background removal programs. Sometimes my arms disappear. It's great fun. But I can't really show you what's behind it because it's a disgusting mess. What can I tell you? Played a track from this album on Sean's stream on Wednesday night. I don't think it's one that's coming up today. That went down very well, so I hope anyone hearing this enjoys the Coronas as much as I do. So yeah, Find the Water. There will be 4 more songs from this album to be found at some point along the way. Maybe now, maybe not. Well, this is definitely a song for Alan. I swear this is unplanned. But yeah, I think the weather is not with you for long when it does come.
Walking round the room singing stormy weather at 57 Mount Pleasant Street. Well, it's the same room, but everything's different. You can fight the sleep, but not the dream. Things ain't cooking in my kitchen. Strange affliction wash over me. Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Alan, especially in this period when you've got both Neil and Tim Finn in the band. I mean, I joke with Tracy that even when it's just Neil, he may be only one member of the band, but he's all of the talent. So it counts as a Kiwi band to me.
Well, there's a small boat made of China.
Ditto Split Ends, ditto Dragon, all Kiwi bands. I don't care what anyone else has to say.
Do I lie like a lounge room lizard, or do I sing like a bird released? Everywhere you go, always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, always take the weather. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you.
Still sort of surprised that this is really, I mean, they had a lot of UK top 40 hits, but this is really the only big one that your average member of the public would know. But they still managed to be quite well regarded over here. I mean, they played the O2 last year. I don't understand how that happened. The only time I ever saw them was Western Springs opening for REM in 1995. Collie. So pretty much 30 years ago to the day. I had never caught any Reacher, Alan. That's Jack Reacher, I assume. What platform is that even on? I've got Netflix and Prime and hardly ever watch them, which seems pointless. And then there's plenty of stuff on Apple that I want to watch. Series 2 of Andor is coming to Disney soon, which I have to watch because I'm in it. And this much. But it's, yeah, hard to keep track on all the streaming offerings. Oh, it's on Prime. Oh, I might remember to check that out one of these years. And now for something completely different. Stephen Stills' second biggest solo hit, if you can call it that, reached number 37 in 1971.
Think about you. I got to move on, not fade away. I'm only just growing a little each day.
You saw them open for U2 in 93. Did you ever see them headline? That would have been good. So had Tim already gone by that point? Because I know he wasn't exactly, he didn't stick around for long, did he? He was certainly long gone by the time I saw them. In fact, Paul Hester was gone by the time I saw them. Time of the day have I found you at, Alan? My time zone theories are all very muddled up. I know you're in Queensland, aren't you? Which seems to be really getting the tough time of it just lately.
Me and the raven, we make our way.
I did, of course, have Sean do a full album reaction to this album, which I said to him then and I say to you now, I think this is the best solo album of anybody in CSNY, and that does include Y. Hot take? Quite possible. Yeah, you're still on Friday. I'm with you. I do love the thrill of never knowing quite what's coming. And here's again something very different. A highly obscure Kansas track. This is from their 1995 Freaks of Nature album. So Robbie Steinhardt wasn't in the band, but they had David Ragsdale on violin for this period. And Steve Walsh wasn't sounding great live in this period, but he still sounds good here, I think. They didn't have Hope in the band at this point, but Hope would come once again 5 years later on the Summer to Elsewhere album. I'm of course talking about Dave Hope, their bass player. But it's Billy Greer doing the work here. Yeah, they were one of those bands who Kansas. I mean, it was just. I don't know if I ever heard them on New Zealand radio. Maybe I heard "Carry On Wayward Son" once. Just in the Wind actually made the top 40, but that was it. Yeah, they were one of those North American only bands, really. Yeah, great American prog, the best American prog band in my opinion. But of course they had different phases in their career where they went a bit more commercial, quite well compared to others who tried that sort of thing. The violin is one of their trademarks, kind of the same as Flute and Jethro Tull, is violin to Kansas. I just disconnected from OBS apparently, so hopefully that doesn't do anything too terrible to the stream. This is, of course, 1995, and they're at as so many 70s bands were, they're at their lowest ebb in terms of popularity. Still touring successfully, but album sales were negligible, to put it mildly. And that's the only Kansas tune on this list today, but all right, track 2 of 5 from the Coronas. This is, I think we jinxed it.
If I was your savior, well, of course I'd help. If I wasn't unstable, I would have said something else. 'Cause if it was easy, we could look it up. Say something cheesy to remind us that we're loved. And this is our last chance to get it right. I know we said it 1,000 times. Give us something to cling to. Now we both got shit to lose, yeah. There's something missing, yeah. I think
It's always interesting when people curse in beautiful music. You've got another example of that coming from Ryan McMullan later.
'Cause I don't wanna go, I don't wanna grow. Yeah, I think I'm done competing. And if it's best to win at all costs, well, you can let them know that I lost control. Yeah, I think I might concede it. It's and if I was braver, then I guess I'd stay.
I'm pleased to say this is one of those bands that, having got into them so heavily, the other half to listen to them, and he fell for them just as swiftly. So we're seeing them in June at the Garage in London, which is one of the reasons I'm picking up stuff from their back catalogue left, right and centre every time I see a cheap one on Amazon. First time in ages that I've bought that many. I think I've got about 4 albums in the past, well, as many months, which is not something I've done since I got into Marillion nearly 20 years ago.
'Cause I don't wanna go, I don't wanna grow. Yeah, I think I'm done competing. And if it's best to chase it at all costs, well, you can let them know that I lost control. Yeah, I think I might concede it. 'Cause I only wanna make things
obviously ticks my box in terms of vocals, because I'm driven by, well, my determination whether I like something as well like the vocals, pretty much. Ice Cube stuck in a hotel on the Gold Coast because of the cyclone. Well, at least he's cozy, I assume. How bad is it expected to be? Or are you just clinging in for whatever may come and hoping for the best? One of the worst cyclone was, in my childhood, was Cyclone Bowler in 1988. We had pretty decent sized property with quite a few trees on it. We had a few less trees by the end of that particular period. It was quite exciting times for a 8-year-old to see which tree had collapsed in the night or indeed in the day. And this one's getting a repeat play on the channel because I just did a dedicated video to the song that came out last week. Another Night from the Hollies' Another Night album from '75, which made number 71 in the US and didn't chart anywhere else. Wasn't one of the singles in New Zealand though. Okay, well that sounds pretty horrific. 120k to 150k hour winds, 200 The rain's bearable, but the wind's going to be the problem? Maybe? Well, I hope you've got everything, well I'm sure you do have everything secure. Well, I hope, as I say, that it turns out to be weaker than expected and it all blows over nice and quickly with more disruption and damage. But you can't control these things, so you just do what you can, I guess. Oh wow, really? The last cyclone that hit this far south was 50 years ago. I think where Tracy is, you must get them somewhat more frequently in that case. Probably means that you're not too far from my aunt, because she's in southern Queensland, somewhere. I'm terrible at keeping in touch with my family, so I can't tell you more than that. If they're not my mum, I don't know what's going on in their lives. here's another song that was huge in the States, and I think I heard it on New Zealand radio maybe twice in my life. Eddie Money with Ronnie Spector doing her Be My Baby bits for him. In terms of my own scheduling for this, I was this is going to be the encore song to close us out with, but given we're not hearing it in my order, we're hearing it now. Despite being his biggest hit ever, Eddie claims not to like this one, but he was happy that it gave Ronnie a late career resurgence. That's what he says. Said. He's gone now too, of course. And Alan, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it into my proper stream tomorrow. Oh, we're getting all the hit singles that were scattered throughout this list, but we're getting them in a bunch tonight. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to make tomorrow. Depends on what happens, I guess. But whether you can or whether you can't, drop me a song or two in the chat, and I'll add those to tomorrow's playlist. If you're in, you'll hear them, and if not, I'll dedicate them to you from afar.
And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time when
people sneer at the song, but I still like it, and I saw Vanessa Carlton open for Stevie Nicks in 2004, I guess, and she had played a bunch of songs and it was going down really well, and then she kicked in with this, just played that piano intro, and everyone, and she just stopped and said, "Oh yeah, that girl, right?" I never heard another thing from her beyond this song, really.
'Cause I need you, and I miss you.
Well, I hope you're still here. I'm sure it'll be fine. You see, there you go. That put you at ease, hasn't it?
into the sky.
If I had any say, it would just be nothing to even worry about. Not the only person on this track that I've seen. Abe Laboriel Jr. is on the drums, who I saw with Sir Paul McCartney just a few months ago. And Lee Squires on the bass, who of course I saw when he was with Toto back in the 2000s. Now Rush, I mean, you can always email me if you have some wise thoughts later. I'll drop that in the chat. So. Remember
I still need you, I still miss you, and now I wonder
yeah.
if I could fall into the sky.
You can contact me anytime, day or night.
Time would pass us by, 'cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. If I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. If I can just hold you
So, what do I know is still coming up?
tonight.
3 more Corona songs. 3 from Everything Everything. We haven't heard anything from them yet. It's 1 from Ryan McMullan. Another Barclay James Harvest song. So we've got at least 8 more to come. Yeah. Here's our 3rd Coronas track, and could it be another one related to you, Alan? Opening lines are, I'm cold, but I will not show it. I'm too proud of the night won't allow. So, yeah. Don't show your cold if the weather matches. In the song, I don't think he's standing outside in a cyclone, though. Just to be clear.
I'm cold. When I go, I won't like you less. Though it seems I'm still streets ahead. It wasn't a fake, it wasn't a lie, just a bit unkind. Think of me when you feel okay, or give me a reason to see you anyway. We never got to say goodbye. It came as some surprise. How do we know? Do we trust ourselves that much? How do we know?
And one of the things I love about his voice is he reminds me of Steve Hogarth from Marillion. He really does. Excellent. I will make a note of that and hopefully remember to do something with that note when I'm setting up the playlist for tomorrow night. a long way in advance, is it? I kind of know what I'm doing next month, but I've no idea what I'm doing as far ahead as next January. Although, probably should be thinking about being in New Zealand at some point next year. Mum was meant to be over here in June, but isn't really up to travelling or London lifestyle. It's good. So we'll probably have to go there instead, which is fine. Oh, well, I hope that was a joyous occasion. Are you happy with the timing, or could you have done for it to have been this weekend and you'd be out of the cyclone zone? Alrighty, this is our third and final track from Ryan McMullan's debut album from last year, Redesign, and it takes a little while to get to it, but he gets quite sweary later on, so anybody with sensitive ears, you've been warned.
Looking back, trying to work it out, but I can't pretend.
Deliberately make my two sort of heavily featured albums in this playlist both Irish, just cut it that way. And yeah, usually this is the sort of thing I'll listen to a playlist of this type once a week or twice a week, but the rest of the time I'm just listening to albums in full. So that's how I roll, like an old school dude. Turns out he was getting that. Because I haven't got the physical album, which is still a point of contention with me, because that's another old school facet. I have no idea who this is singing with them. I mean, I could probably find out online, but it's not the same as just picking up a book and going, oh, it's her. Is it now?
Something real, something real, something. I don't wanna leave, but I wanna believe you when you.
Speaking of people doing duets, I just recorded a reaction to Noah Khan and Gracie Abrams doing Everything, Everywhere, Everything this morning. I managed to call her Gracie Adams all throughout it. Suddenly at the end I was like, I've misread my own typing. Never mind. The young people will think I'm old and stupid, which is not inaccurate, I suppose. Here comes the naughty language.
Real love shouldn't need this kind of work, no. Real love shouldn't need this kind of work. I can tell the way you talk, you don't give a fuck. Maybe in time you think it's real love, but real love shouldn't need this kind of work, no. Real love shouldn't need this kind of work. I don't wanna leave, but I wanna believe you when you tell me this is over. Whatever happened to the moral of the story, the happy ever after?
surely be due an everything track, because there's 3 of them on this list and we haven't got to any of them yet. Now we're back with the Coronas before we get to anything, everything. So this must be our penultimate Coronas track from the True Love Waits album. This is Brave, which is not a Marillion cover. Of course, title track Marillion's 1994 masterpiece, but no connection other than the singers sound a bit the same.
That you might be discreet from every dog in the street. Show them your worst and they'll take it in turns. Write it down all the days of the week. Now that we've something to lose, you know I need to improve. Take a step back, you know I wanted that. Rush to tell you that I'm still a fool. And it's all in days, it's all in the right light, right. And I couldn't wait, no I couldn't wait to fight. I'll try to be brave, yeah, I gotta make sure you're okay. I gotta make sure that you still believe.
The owners are Danny O'Reilly, Graham Knox and Connor Egan, and I think Danny O'Reilly, who's lead vocalist, is, let's say, an IMHO baby. I think his parents are both quite famous in their own right, at least in Ireland, but I don't actually know who they are. Oh dear. Poor Pussycat. Can't seem to make sense of it. Wow. And it's all in days. At least she's clean. You got to laugh, don't you? No, I couldn't wait to fight. I'll try to be brave. Yeah, I gotta make sure you're okay. I'm still probably, I'm going to say, another 5 to 10 years away from convincing the other half that I'm allowed a cat and that his allergies don't matter. Getting it slow. It's the long game I'm playing.
Yeah, I should have stayed to find out. So let me hear you scream. Yeah, don't take that away from me. 'Cause just as we're in this,
this one is my least favourite that we've heard from this album today. I still like it. I like every song on this album. And on all their albums that I've heard so far. It's just not something that happens that often. So there's one more to come from there. I can't remember which one. I don't know when it's going to come, because randomness. Something completely different. Mr. Randy Newman, who I have to say is one of those artists that I should appreciate more than I do, but I literally just picked up this best of at a charity shop last month. Thinking I should have him in the collection somewhere.
Ain't no lion or tiger, ain't no mama snake. us a sweet watermelon in the buckwheat cake. Everybody is as happy as a man can be. Climb aboard, little walk, sail away with me. Sail away, sail away. We will cross.
You would probably know his one hit, which was Short People from the late 70s.
Sail away,
But
sail
he
away.
had kind of a pretty unexpected late career move into movie songs. I still don't entirely understand how that happened, to be honest.
In America, every man is free to take care of his home and his family. You'd be as happy as a monkey in a monkey tree. You're all gonna be an American.
Off the top of my head, which is all I've got to go by, I think this is...
Sail away.
It's definitely the title track of an album, but I think it's from
We will
1970.
cross the mighty ocean in the Charleston Bay.
Early 70s anyway.
Sail away, sail away. We will cross the mighty ocean in the Charleston Bay.
Now we head up to Canada for Bruce Coburn, and I always think that if your name is Coburn, you should make it or adjust the spelling to suggest that, because it's just painful to look at what it looks like it should be said.
Look at them working in the hot
I saw Bruce
sun.
last year. I think he's 78, or was then.
Till the rich saints
Still sounded
and the
pretty good.
fallen ones.
I only know about Bruce because
Working and waiting
Sean had a patron for quite a while who was Canadian and brought him a lot of Canadian artists that
and waiting for him,
Jing weren't that well known outside of Canada, and he was one of them.
waiting for a miracle. Somewhere out there is a place that's cool, where peace and balance are the rule. Working toward a future like some kind of mystic Jew, and waiting for it, and waiting for it, and waiting for a miracle. You rub your palm on the grimy paint in the hope that you can see. When you're waiting, you stand up proud, you pretend you're strong in the hope that you can be. When you're waiting, like the ones who've cried, like the ones who've died, trying to set the angel in us free. While they're waiting for it, while they're waiting for it, while they're waiting for a miracle.
So Bruce did manage one hit in the US, which was Wondering Where the Lions Are, in the late 70s. that was it for him there. And again, someone I never heard of in my NZ days at all.
Struggle for a dollar, scuffle for a dime.
Then you look at all the different things that come into my streams and Sean's streams and Trey's streams for that matter.
Step out from the past.
There's so much music that people won't be exposed to without someone either shoveling it right at them or just from their own digging around. I'm on this Facebook group called Music of the 60s and 70s, and it is utterly depressing how this old generation are so convinced that all the best music is from those decades and there's been nothing good since. I mean, the 70s is still my favourite musical decade, but I think the 2020s might be my second favourite, so, you know. And think about it, I've noted that, or I haven't actually, but I'm going to. Push by Moist. Moist is a word I don't like to say, so we'll see if I can get a move with that.
Like the ones who've cried, like the ones who've died, trying to set the angel in us free. While they're waiting for us.
I'm going to be terribly rude. I'm going to go and put those into the playlist right now, because otherwise I will get to tomorrow night and they won't be there and I'll have forgotten to do it. The other one was Behind the Mask. Oh, a track from Ghost in the meantime for us.
Can you see me longing for you forever? Would you let me touch your
Cool. So both of your tunes are in for tomorrow, and we will get them played. So was it playing a Canadian artist that brought them to mind, or you don't need to give me an explanation? I'm just curious. Right. Shutting into Spotify again. So the new Ghost single came out on Wednesday, and River brought it to Sean's stream on Wednesday night, so I'm looking forward to their new album coming out in April. I'm still tossing up whether to go and see them. I mean, I want to, but this one is 2018, I think, if I got my orders right. Double check that for a second. Oh, look at that. I love it when I'm right, and then I doubt myself. But yeah, 2018, from the Prequel album. I know Sean doesn't really approve of Ghosts because they talk about Satanism. Fair enough. When you're a devout Christian, that's fair enough. But I don't think they are really advocating for it. So and besides which, I can listen to songs about Christianity and not relate to it directly myself, as long as they're good songs. I can relate to songs where people think women are beautiful. As long as they're not saying anything or really pushing anything horrific or offensive, then it's all good by me. And the music's so catchy. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot this was on here.
Yes, my hotel has me right beside the shore.
A rarity from Mr. Joel. And this box set wasn't put together very lovingly. He had no involvement. Kind of disowned it. But there's some great early demos on there, including this one. But there's no information at all as to when they recorded, who's on them, or anything like that. So I'm going to say that this is 75-ish. Don't understand how the song never made an album, though, given he was never a prolific writer and had an overabundance of material. This could have been certainly Street Life Serenade if it had been around that early, or Turnstiles if it was later.
Somehow, you know, I just don't believe their smile.
At least 5 songs left. 3 by one band who's not come up yet. Oh wow, really? Being from where we are, I would have thought he was inescapable. In fact, I would dare say you know a lot more of the songs than you realise you do. You might just not know them. Yeah. If you threw his greatest hits on, you'd probably recognise just about everything, would be my guess. But his best songs, for the most part, aren't his greatest hits. And is the case with so many people, I guess. And then there's others who are the opposite, and their hits are good and nothing else is. I don't know how that works. There's other demos on this box set that are much less produced than this. I don't understand how this didn't make an album. I really don't. Alrighty. But that's our only Billy track that we've got today. At last, everything deigned to make an appearance. This is from last year's Mountainhead album, which is one of my favourites from last year. I really want to sing with this one, but I won't. But I might. A little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay?
But I got to this evil on my own. I haven't left the house in nearly 30
Release ascension. I can't do his falsetto voice. I can't do his full voice. I sometimes wonder if my aversion to musical theatre is simply the fact that as an actor I'd love to be a singer as well, but I've never been able to be. I don't think so.
Some of us stayed in the pit because it felt so comfortable to dwell below. We made the mountain bigger, though we had forgotten why.
So this is my first Everything Everything album. It's about their 7th. So there's another track from us on the list and one from an earlier album of theirs that I picked up recently and only heard once.
Now you're gonna see what's underneath. I'm sorry, Satan.
Right, so by my reckoning there's 5 songs left, including 2 from these guys. Our last Guerrero's track, a couple more. They feel things. We are jumping over to the other Everything Everything album, which is a Fever Dream from, what year is this? I think 2017. The reason I picked this one up out of all of them from the back catalogue is A, it was really cheap, what can I say, and it's produced by James Ford, who produced the Last Dinner Parties album from last year, which is another of my favourites from last year. Though they're a band I don't think I'll ever see live, probably not. Some of the things that happen at their gigs, especially to guys, but it's sus. It's quite an image. Manages to be suggestive but also very tasteful, unfortunately. There's a bit of fun there. Mine's been on display again this week. For money, obviously. Tired and you're a dick. That kind of good lyric. Oh, I'm tired and you're ridiculous. Yeah, that makes more sense. Actually, I only had my first listen to this album on Sunday morning. We were coming back from seeing a double bill at the Royal Shakespeare Company in Stratford-upon-Avon on the weekend. And there were no trains, so we had to get a coach, which was a 3.5-hour journey. So this filled up about 3/4 of an hour of that. I'm still not, other than the opening track, which was Night of the Long Knives. This was track 4, I think, or 5. Not sure what to make of this one yet, but it's probably going to be a grower. The first album, there's I just fell in love with straight away. And here is something completely different again. Early 90s Neil Diamond covering, well, actually Albert Hammond produced this version. It's an Albert Hammond and Diane Warren song that had already been a big hit for Aswad, at least in the UK. And there was another hit for Ace of Base after this. Tina Turner did it first, though, I think, as a B-side.
I'm gonna be strong, gonna be fine. Don't worry about this heart of mine. Just walk out that door and see if I care. Go on and go now, but don't turn around, 'cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around, I don't want you seeing me.
Neil does this one well. The album itself is a slog. Neil's got some great albums, but this is not one of them. And yeah, I
won't miss your arms around me.
well, we'll see if I'm in Andor. I should be in one shot. Going, hello. Astonishingly, I did have to audition for that. Had a few days filming at Longcross, which were the first week of filming on Series 2, and that was November-ish 2023. And then shot some more stuff at Pinewood, where we were literally just extras. I think most of the time we weren't even on set, we were in the holding area, being very silly and playing games. So, long days of that. But good will be an experience to remember. But yeah, it ain't gonna make me famous. Although I don't know how. People who've done less in various Star Wars things turn up at conventions with posters of themselves for people to buy, and they seem to actually do it. I don't get that at all.
Cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around, I don't want you seeing me cry. Just walk away, it's tearing me apart that you're leaving. I'm letting you go. Don't turn around, cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around,
1, 2, 3 songs to
me cry.
pack away my toys.
Walk away, babe. So go on,
I've recently started taking albums from jewel cases and putting them into these little sleeves. The amount of space it saves is incredible, and you know, on the shelf you just mix them in with digipacks and other things, and can find everything you want nice and easily, and it's all there. Game changer. I've got access to so many more things that aren't buried away now. It's nice to have. Anyway, nearing the end. We've got 3 more, I think. Yes, so our final Coronas track, Heat of the Moment, which is not an Asia cover. There's a lot of songs on this album that have, or is it just those 2? Maybe it's just those 2. It'll light me up. Haunted, well, everybody's got a Haunted, haven't they? So, yeah. But yeah, Heat of the Moment, which I vastly prefer to Asia's track of the same name.
We don't have to wake them now. It's not anything. I know you should be holding what feels like right now. But the something exploding, and I can work it out. Maybe it's love, maybe it's not. Maybe we should just go with our gut. But in the heat of the moment,
This is, so it's been the featured album for today's listen. The Coronas True Love Waits from 2020.
we must have found what you came for. We don't have to name it now. We're not anything. We don't have to say it now. It's not anything. How we should be holding what feels like right now. This is something unfolding, and I can work it out. Maybe it's love, maybe it's not. Maybe we should just go with our gut. But in the heat of the moment, we're still glowing. If we know before we walk away, to lose control, it might just be okay. Truth be told, I hope we stay that way. I know we should be holding back right now. There's something exploding. Maybe it's love, maybe it's not. Maybe we should just go with our gut. But in the heat of the moment, I know we should be holding back right now. There's something unfolding, and I can work it out.
You know, at what point in 2020 this came out, if it was pre-pandemic, nice and early, or one of those albums that came out with no promotion because nobody could tour anything at that point. It's a number 1 album in Ireland, as was last year's Thoughts and Observations, which is my first one from them, as was the one in between. Okay, and everything had been bringing up the rear of this playlist, but this is the 3rd and final track from them. Your Money, My Summer. I mean, their lyrics, I don't understand any of them, but they're interesting. And yes, you can certainly request a 3rd song for tomorrow. It'll depend on how busy it is and how long we go as to how many I can fit in, but I can put it on the list and see for sure. If you have well, I'll do them in the order that you've given them to me. More or less, probably, if I remember. see if I'm right, but I'm thinking, yes I am. One more song after this. So as well as the, I guess I'm going to steal Sean and Trey's term for it and call it a general theme live stream tomorrow night. I've got coming up on the channel this afternoon, my time, so in your wee hours while you're asleep, Alan, my latest 50-year flashback for a 1975 album, spinning 4 tracks from Steely Dan's Katie Ride, with of course Jeff Porcaro on 3 of those 4 tracks on drums, my favourite drummer. And we are about to hit our final track, which was almost bookended, let's say, with a second excuse me, second track with A Tale of Two Sixties, and they're closing us off with Sip of Wine, Barclay James Harvest. Yoda's theme by John Williams. Okay. I'm going to go and have a look and see if I can add that in. I mean, of course, Yoda isn't in Andor. Here we are. If you know me at all, which you probably do, you know, I mean, I just talked about Jeff Porcaro on the Steely Dan thing, so Toto connections all around the place. John Williams' son is the lead singer of Toto, so hey. Well, that would be a fun one. I won't promise that I'll play it, but if I do, I'll save it. Or sorry, if I don't, then I will save it for another time closer to when Andor Series 2 actually drops, and we see if I'm actually seeing it. Yeah, Joseph Williams, a third of Toto's lead singers. He ended up working with his dad on the music for the prequels, and he also composed stuff in the, when was it, the 90s or early 2000s? He did mainly TV. He did Roswell, if you remember that show. But yeah, it's one of those fun facts that I like to pull out every now and again. James Harvest, I mean, it's a really underrated band, even by me. Every time I listen to them, I think I should probably listen to them more. But well, there's so much music, isn't there? That's what we found out, and I think people like us are happier for being exposed to much of it rather than living in our own little tiny worlds where we just like what we've always liked and just listen to the same 20 albums for the rest of our lives. How tragic would that be? Looks like I'm falling apart. And I've timed the playlist perfectly before I need to go and blow my nose. Thank you, Alan, for joining me for this little spin through some random things that have been from full albums that I've listened to in the past week or so. And thank you to the other people who have been popping in and out. I've seen you. And of course to anyone watching on replay. Yeah. I think John's only just retired in his 90s. It's crazy. But then I'm not going to retire until I'm dead either, so yeah. Anyway, that is my token experimental just playlist you were going to listen to anyway and do it live on YouTube, because why not? And it was fun. Thanks for joining me for it, Alan, and as I say to anyone else who's popped in and said anything. And yeah, I'll be back for a proper live stream with that people are expecting to happen tomorrow night, UK time at 9 p.m. And thinking of you during the night and hoping the best and minimal anything's coming from that cyclone. But to you and to everyone, I will simply say thanks for watching and bye for now, but not for long.